your seatbelt. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
Chrissie is hilarious.
Chrissie, have you ever heard of the comedian Basha K. Ali?
No, that sounds like something you yell at before you blow up a plane.
Basha K. Ali!
30 seconds remaining.
But you know what good thing to say? I dabbled in stand-up. I have any disrespect for you at all.
I was very confused by the title, Everything Everywhere All at Once, because that's also what we call it when Ash takes off his shirt. I shouldn't be up here. I should be in school on the other side of the ocean. It is Tuesday, June 27th. Wow. I got married 10 days ago. Welcome to Mayr in the Morning, the most popular show to play in the background while you do other stuff. Yeah. There's a lot of, oh, my string is hanging down, my light string. Oh, God, how unprofessional. Well, it's too late to put it up now. Just don't look at that. There's so much stuff in the news to bum us out, so I'm going to avoid a lot of that and just focus on the fun topics. Isn't that nice? We're just going to have fun news today. And you know what else is fun? Me doing stand-up. Woo, yeah. Let's pull up my little schedule, and I will be adding dates to this. Don't you worry. I will be in Morris Plains, New Jersey at Tiff's Ale House, Saturday, July 8th. This is a great way to sort of keep the July 4th celebration going is by heading to New Jersey and seeing me do stand-up at Tiff's Ale House. Keanu Thompson, my good friend and opener, will be there as well. Saturday, July 8th. Get your tickets now. And we're figuring out Anime Matsuri. August 10th through the 13th. I will be there. I'm figuring out who else from Simpcast will be joining me, but I'm pretty sure Lila Hart will be there because she will be opening for me in Houston Friday, August 11th at the Secret Group. So come check us out. If you know for sure you're going to be at Anime Matsuri, get your tickets now for the Secret Group show. Go to my website, ChrissieMayr.com. Please and thank you. And who knows, maybe I'll have another viral audience moment. Yeah, maybe I'll piss off another group of people. Never on purpose, though. It's just these things happen to me while I'm living life. Very exciting. Later tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, I will have Mary Morgan on the show from Pop Culture Crisis. Then on Wednesday, I will be having everyone's favorite Owen Benjamin on the show at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then, of course, as always, Friday Night Tights is Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern on Nerdrotic's YouTube channel. Come check it out. Yeah, Lila is adorable. She is so adorable. Last night was really fun on the Wet Spot. That's my show on Compound Media. If you don't already know, tune into that show. It's every Monday night at 7 p.m. on compoundmedia.com. Why, you ask? Well, because it's like an anything goes. We have spicy takes, sometimes nudity, bad jokes. It's unless you're easily triggered and scandalized, then don't watch that show. But we had Bill Schultz from Morning on. We had Rebel Lynn here, who just had a baby. Looks great for having just pushed out a life form from her body. James Raniolo here. Andrew Harms. He doesn't normally look like this. He just, for some reason, was posing like a vampire for this photo. And here's me and Rebel Lynn again. She's delightful. We were talking about like why she got into porn. And she actually just had a baby. And I was asking her, like, how would you feel if your son got into porn? And she was like, well, I'd be accepting of anything, but I would like to be able to give him more opportunities and more options than I had. So it was a very interesting conversation. Very interesting. I love her, though. She's a great girl. She's a great girl. What's up, guys? What's up, Rob? What's up, Plot Bot? Little Sausage. Good night, mister. A lot of men in the chat. Hello, men. Johnny Mumbles. Johnny Detroit. NKFD. I don't even know what that stands for. Oh, good. You're washing your poop. Good. The Malaysians are at it. It's crazy. We're into our third week of this, and the Malaysians are relentless, especially on my Instagram. Like, I'll just post a photo of like the dog or something, and they'll be like, "Oh, you don't wash your poop." I'm like, you guys need to get over it. I don't know if they will though. So here's some news that's very near and dear to my heart. Let me put my little banner across. There we go. Guys, this is nerve-wracking. The environmental bullshit it touches all of our lives, but I think you've gone too far when you try fucking with New York City pizza, okay? This is not okay. I've just learned of this issue. I feel like I'm just catching up after my wedding madness. And did a little bit of a honeymoon. By the way, we went to the Pocono Palace in the Poconos. It was great. We were in a champagne tub. Sounds cheesy, but everyone needs to do it, I think, at least once in their life, like stay in a champagne tub room. And it was cute. It was fun. It's nice to just like get away. I don't need all the bells and whistles. I don't need the fanciest, bougiest situation. I like personality. Anyway, this is very shocking and saddening to learn what's going on. I mean, if they fuck with New York City's pizza, they might as well just, I don't know, start all over. Green madness. You'd have to burn a pizza stove 849 years to equal 1 year of John Kerry's private jet. Okay, so I guess they're trying to crack down on New York City's coal burning pizza ovens, which is why I haven't had pizza in like it's been months, but like I used to eat it probably like once a week for my whole life, like my whole adult life. Maybe that's why I was 15 pounds overweight, but it was so good. God, looking at this really makes me want pizza. The New York City Department of Environmental Protection has drafted rules that would require some eateries with coal burning stoves to buy emission control devices. Yeah. Okay, let's crack down on New York City pizza and not all of the industry and factories out of China and India. Okay. Because they know they can't touch China and India, but what they can do is fuck with very woke, very obedient New York City. Environmental bureaucrats are out to save you from pizza. The city government is set to restrict emissions from coal and wood-fired pizza ovens in restaurants in the city. This is not going to go over well. New Yorkers are once again suffering at the hands of unelected food police in the name of public health and climate change. But New Yorkers have already endured former Mayor Michael Bloomberg's attempt to ban soda sales of over 16 ounces for their own good, and are facing Governor Kathy Hochul's gas stove and furnace bans in the state, all in the name of climate change. Yeah, remember that? I remember the soda ban. I mean, no one should be drinking soda, but that's your own personal choice. And now another one bites the crust. I love the puns. Another one bites the crust. As New York City officials are going after pizzerias using the century-old cooking method, citing the oven's allegedly excessive carbon emissions. Yeah, right. How much carbon could they possibly be emitting? But how many pizzas would you have to order to equal just one trip on John Kerry's private jet? Yeah, I don't think any of these guys, any of the elite, are going to stop using their private jets. But yes, crack down on pizza, please. In 2021, Kerry's private jet emitted an estimated 116 metric tons of carbon in less than a year. Private jets emit up to 40 times as much CO2 per passenger as commercial flights. Whoa, that's crazy. Just take the bus, John Kerry, like the rest of us. By comparison, the carbon footprint of a wood-burning stove, a reasonable facsimile of a pizza oven, is barely measurable. The 8 billion trees project estimates that the carbon footprint of wood burning stoves can be up to 15.6 grams an hour or 374 grams a day. This is measured in grams, not metric tons. You'd have to burn that stove for 310,160 days. That is 849 years to equal what Hypocrite Carrie puts out in a year. But wait, it gets better. Physicist Dr. Will Happer, emeritus of Princeton University and the chair of the CO2 Coalition, told the New York Post that restrictions on wood or coal-fired pizza ovens may increase the carbon footprint of pizza in New York City to the extent that the wood-fired ovens are replaced by electrically heated ovens, which I suppose is what is intended. CO2 emissions will probably increase. This is such bullshit. Even for New York City, most of the electrical power probably comes from burning gas or coal. For a gas-fired pizza oven, all of the heat of combustion is used to bake the pizza. For an electrically heated oven, you have to convert electrical power back to heat. It's hard to see how emissions could decrease if people want to continue eating the same amount of pizza. And you're not going to stop that. You're not going to stop people, especially when you go to New York City. That's on people's top to-do list is get that pizza. So before we add the culinary tradition of coal-fired pizza to the growing list of our alleged climate sins, maybe we should heed the words of Biden climate envoy John Kerry. The fact is, that even if every American citizen biked to work, carpooled to school, used only solar panels to power their homes, and if we each planted a dozen trees, if we somehow eliminated all of our domestic greenhouse gas emissions, guess what? That still wouldn't be enough to offset the carbon pollution coming from the rest of the world, Kerry said in 2015. Yep, the main offenders are India and China, not our little New York City pizza. Gas stoves, wood-burning stoves, these are drops in the bucket when it comes to emissions. Actually, smaller than that, teardrops. Yet bureaucrats and politicians are intent on making us suffer for their performative pleasure. We are seeing simultaneous meat restriction proposals in Germany and Ireland. Embracing the net zero agenda, Ireland announced it was culling 200,000 cows, 65,000 over 3 years to meet its climate goals. So this is going to be a combination of killing the animals and I guess just breeding them down or breeding them less. Not to be outdone, the German Nutrition Society recommends over 90% reduction in daily meat eating. You know what that makes? That makes me want to eat more meat. As always, it's the average person who will have to suffer for the religion of the elites. I never felt healthier, honestly, had less problems overall than when I switched to eating more meat. For the last really basically year and a half, I used to eat so much fruit, so much salads. I would have smoothies a couple times a week. I would go to Juice Generation. I thought I was being so healthy. I would get the peanut butter, almond, whatever smoothie. I didn't think they were crazy sugary. It was just banana, protein, whatever, peanut butter. And that was my usual. And I swear, when I got off all that stuff and just ate meat, eggs, fish, chicken, nuts, the weight just dropped, and doing some intermittent fasting. Getting off sugar was big, sugar candy, but I really haven't been eating much fruit at all the last year. And I think it's really helped me. For me, anyway. But this is they want to get people off meat. As always, it's the average person who will have to suffer for the religion of the elites. To New York City bureaucrats, the message is simple. Lay off the restrictions on pizza, gas stoves, appliances, gas-powered cars, and meat eating in a silly effort to regulate the climate. This may sound cheesy, but the secret sauce in this battle to save New York's iconic pizza traditions is to deliver a loud and clear no to the city bureaucrats. I agree. And you know who I think will definitely have an opinion on this is our good friend Dave Portnoy. Oh, he for sure has something to say about this. Let me go to the chat. Hello, chat. Yeah, this is just BS. What's up, Matthew Hammond? Is there anything left in New York City worth going to now that pizza is gone besides seeing Chrissie Mayr live? And you know what? I don't really perform in New York City that much. I guess I could if I wanted to. There are still a couple clubs that I think would have me. I would say there are some foods that New York City does pretty well, but I mean, you could probably get them other places. For years, I lived kind of in like a New York City bubble, like the rest of the world, the rest of the country ain't shit compared to New York City. And then you get out into the country and you're like, oh, other places have parks and pizza. What's up, Mark Zart? Thanks for the super chat. Good morning, Chrissy. I just wanted to send my congratulations to you and Frank on your marriage. Oh, thank you, Mark. I want to start posting more of the photos on my Instagram, but I'm just going to get like durka. The Malaysians are going to just litter my photos with insults, which I guess I'm fine with. They're going to call me a dog face. Guess what, Malaysians? There's nothing you can say to me that I don't already say to myself every day anyhow. Let's see what Mr. Pizza Review has to say about this. Mr. Dave Portnoy. Dave Portnoy rips New York City's proposed crackdown on coal-fired pizza joints. Are you fucking nuts, he says. Let's see what Dave... I think he's going to be upset about this.
Apparently, in New York City, some little liberal arts, Ivy League, pink-haired, crazy liberal who's never worked one day in the real world is on an environmental commission. And they woke up from their little nappy poo, wherever that may be.
Their nappy
poo. I
poo.
figured out how to save the world today. We have to get rid of coal oven pizzerias in New York City. We got to stop that.
This is
the
so upsetting.
Emissions, I guess, is pollution, blah,
this
blah,
makes me want to eat
blah.
more pizza.
You know what? Pizzerias use coal ovens. All the best. All the best. John's of Bleecker, Patsy's, Totano's.
Ooh.
You name it. Any pizza place, they're like, oh, this is Manhattan. This is old school. This is what people think about when they think
tradition.
of NYC. They have a coal oven. They've been grandfathered in. They've been
they
there
have
for
one
100
at the Stand
years
Comedy
minimum,
Club in New York City.
In this environmental commission, blah-de-da-da person wakes up and wants to ban coal ovens? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Do you know what's going on in New York? You got rats. You got trash.
Literally all they have left.
You got cars, planes, private planes. You got people getting slashed on the subway.
Mm-hmm.
You got flash mobs robbing stores. And you're coming for coal oven pizzerias?
Meanwhile, you know all these people, if they were in New York City, they'd be like, oh, yeah, let's get some pizza. So Dave Portnoy is not a fan of this at all. Okay. Here we go. Barstool Sports founder Dave Portnoy sounded off Monday, that's yesterday, on the Big Apple's proposal targeting pizza joints that use pollutant heavy coal. Yeah, right. I don't think so. In a nearly 3-minute diatribe posted on Twitter, Portnoy lambasted the rules drafted by the City Department of Environmental Protection that would order eateries using the old-fashioned baking methods to cut down on carbon emissions by 75%. Like, can people just say no? Can these restaurants just be like, no? I mean, you know what they would do is, I guess, they would move their business somewhere where these I don't know, where they could have their ovens, right? I mean, it wouldn't be easy, but if you can't run your business, they're just going to drive business out of the city. You got rats, you got trash in the city, you got fucking cars, planes, private planes, you got people getting slashed on the subway. Okay, this is basically just what we just heard. The proposed rules, which were drafted to comply with a 2015 law, would not force them to close their doors. Oh, but they just have to get an electrical oven. They'd have to buy expensive emission control devices. Yeah. Let's make people post-pandemic. Like, if your business managed to hang on throughout the pandemic in New York City, yeah, let's have you buy a super expensive new oven or emission control device. Who even knows what the fuck that is? And one pizza restaurateur who has a coal-fired oven turned fume to the post over the weekend. The environmental guardrails it will absolutely affect the taste of the pizza. Less than 100 businesses would be affected if the rules were to go into effect. That's still significant. You know what pizzerias use coal ovens? All the best. Damn, that looks really, really good. Fornino. I've never been to Fornino in Greenpoint. Man, I haven't been to Greenpoint in years. I lived in Williamsburg. When did I move to Williamsburg? I think it was 2011. Yeah, I lived in Williamsburg for at least 2 or 3 years, and then I moved to Queens, and then I was there for like 4 years. Portnoy is hardly the only one to express outrage over the proposed rules. One conservative shock artist even tossed nearly 50 slices. Oh yeah, I remember. I saw that video. Okay, I wonder why they didn't say his name. One conservative shock artist even tossed nearly 50 slices over the fence into City Park near the mayor's office to protest the move on Monday. Portnoy referenced the crusty move in his nearly 3-minute video, vowing to stand by the pizzerias, which he called the guts of the city. You're going to come after pizzerias for fucking global warming? Global warming, Portnoy wants to ask rhetorically, are you fucking nuts? Oh, man, how good does that look? Oh, my God. Damn, now I really, really want pizza. I haven't had bread in a minute. Some of the pizza joints facing the heat include Lombardi's in Little Italy, Arturo's in Soho, John's of Bleecker Street. That's one of the best. Malcoletta in Astoria, Patsy's in Turtle Bay on the Upper West Side, Paulie G's in Greenpoint, Grimaldi's. Oh, that's a big one. Near the Brooklyn Bridge, and Totono's in Coney Island. If they come after John's of Bleecker, I will comfort their throat and I will never let go until I squeeze the life out of them. Portnoy bad. Leave the fucking pizzerias alone. Ooh, okay. The city and our elected officials are slowly killing small businesses. This is a sad and disappointing law that they are requiring. They are so short-sighted in the end, destroying small businesses and hardworking people. They run on the notion that small businesses are the lifeblood or they have our backs. How many times have we heard that? This affects a small percentage of businesses, but it will slowly grow to others. Exactly. Like it's never going to be enough for them. Like once they know they can change the way these businesses do business, they're not going to be like, okay. They're going to be like, let's go for zero emissions. Gross. But again, we voted for this, New York City. Wow. And now I really want pizza. Oh my God. Yeah, like fresh mozzarella. Oh my God. I'm so hungry. I was trying to get back on intermittent fasting today. I'm back on my black coffee routine. I'm going to try not to eat till like 2 or 3. And then I'll go to the gym like this afternoon or before my interview later tonight. Okay. Wowie. That's going to be so sad. I know. No pineapple on pizza. I don't think I've really tried it, but the idea of it is so disgusting to me. It's like you're not supposed to mix fruit with anything. Like in terms of digestion, you're supposed to eat fruit by itself and then wait like an hour before eating something else because when you eat fruit, like even as part of a dessert or like for example with pizza, you digest the fruit first, like before your body can digest the meat, the bread, whatever. So you literally have like the fruit just sort of like putrefying in your stomach because you digest, your body goes through that first before the other things because the high water content. It's not good. You got to eat fruit by itself. So anyway, I have to let myself go now. I'm married. I don't know why I just got into the habit of caring. It is hard to just like give up. Like especially I've really been the last year and a half really trying to get my ass in gear. That's why anybody getting married, don't wait till 4-6 months before your wedding to start getting into shape. You got to start now. You got to start like a year plus. Anyway. Yeah, it was Scott Libato. He's the one who did that pizza thing. Right? That's his name. gotta find that video. Yeah. That's great. I love this guy. He was given a summons. Oh, wow. Okay. I've talked about this. Scott Libato. Based, freedom-loving Scott Libato. Given a summons for tossing pizza at New York City Hall in protest after Democrats began cracking down on coal oven pizzerias. The city used to be tough. We used to be green. Now we're a bunch of pussies. Okay, I need a video from like before this. Scott. See the whole thing. Here we go. He tweeted this. Okay, so he did this yesterday. Man, I was in the city yesterday. I could have supported him. Pieces for the mayor. He's got his script.
The woke ass idiots who run this city are doing everything in their power to destroy it. We have naked men with their titties bouncing around all over the city yesterday, in public, in front of children. We have the most violent, raging crime rate ever. We are being invaded by illegal immigrants who are being treated way better than our homeless veterans, our teachers, and first responder heroes who were fired, still not compensated, because they didn't take the Fauci injection. Our city schools produce the dumbest kids, and the woke-ass punks who run New York City are afraid of pizza. The world used to respect New Yorkers as tough, thick-skinned, and gritty. Now we have become pussified. It's a damn shame.
Oh, my internet. Scott Libato, by the way, is an artist.
Heard of the Boston Tea Party? Well, this is the Boston, New York. This is the New York Pizza Party. Give us pizza or give us death.
I can't believe he wasted 4 pies on this. This is tragic to see, but really, it's just a small mark of what's to come.
Give
Oh God,
pizza,
how good does this look?
or give us death.
So instead of throwing tea into the harbor, he's throwing
death.
pizza into City Hall.
Give
God, it
us
looks so
pizza,
good.
or give us death.
Man, I'm really hungry. Like, I would eat this pizza off the ground right now. Like, if nobody was looking, I would just sort of sashay. Look at the plane.
Every small business. That's what this city keeps doing.
Yep.
Can't have a small business. Can't have pizza.
It's just pizza. He's not hurting anybody.
New York City is nothing without pizza.
In fact, the pigeons, and they're going to clean this right up. They're going to eat it. The rats. Look at Scott. Good for him. Always staying based. Always making a point.
Boston Tea Party. This is the New York Pizza Party.
Isn't it amazing how quickly the cops come to shut down Scott Libato for throwing pizza, yet when there's looting and crime, they're like nowhere to be found? Because they look at Scott and they go, oh, this will be easy to shut down. We can sort of do our job here. Wowie. Good for you. Good for you, Scott. I want to get that other. Okay, so here's the other video. I guess this is what happened after. Oh, somebody made this into a TikTok.
Destroying the fucking world.
I know the
Meanwhile,
cola.
we got crime all over the
Yep.
fucking place.
The drug problem, the fentanyl.
Hey,
Bro,
Alex
wasn't a Boston
Stein.
Tea
Alex
Party.
Stein is there. Do you hear his voice? Oh, man. I'm playing it again.
Destroying the fucking world.
I know the
Meanwhile,
cola.
we got crime all over the fucking place.
The drug problem, the fentanyl
This
problem.
wasn't a Boston Tea Party. This was a New York Pizza Party.
Look at this. Getting arrested. You gotta love New York City.
Wow.
I'm not getting arrested. Give me a
Okay.
second.
Oh. Court summons. Let us have our coal oven
Naked
pizzas.
dudes with their titties dancing around
Yep.
in the fountains in the city
That's
yesterday
okay.
in front of fucking children. But this guy's worried about fucking pizza.
Mm-hmm.
The city used to be tough. We were gritty. We turned into a bunch of pussies.
Yep. But they're gonna give him a summons for just tossing pizza. But you know, you could shake your balls in front of a child, no problem. Yep. I think Scott said, let me check his Twitter. He said the cops posted right there. Cops are great. Just got a summons. All good. My point was made. So he did what he came to do. It is a wasted pizza, but like, you know, how many pizzas are going to be wasted when they take the ovens out? Thank you, Mark Zart. I know. I was getting really hungry looking at that. It's just so sad that they're so quick to write him up for that, but they won't go near shoplifters. 'Cause obvious reasons. New York pizza party at Shitty Hall. I love Scott. Good for you, making a point. Who knows? Hopefully they'll do something. Okay, what else can I talk about? Oh, this was a great article. Shout out to my good buddy Christian Toto. This is out of Hollywood in Toto. Meet pop culture's free speech heroes. And I was mentioned in this article. Liberal, conservative, apolitical, they're all taking a critical stand for freedom. Free speech, perhaps the most vital right shared through much of the Western world, is under assault. The evidence couldn't be more clear. Team Biden's Orwellian board to counter disinformation, the UN's attempt to criminalize so-called hate speech, big tech platforms censoring debates over COVID, presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy getting pummeled by big tech censored. The Twitter files prove beyond a shadow of a doubt how the social media giant squashed dissent, facts, and right-leaning voices. This is just a partial list, but one that doesn't include cancel culture and its insidious threads. The mainstream media looks away at much, if not all, of the above. So do most artists. When one attempts to defend free speech, like when Tom Hanks critiqued sensitivity readers, it becomes national news. Oh, this is from Tom Hanks speaks up regarding the censoring of classic literature and has a rebuke for the publication houses that are reviewing, re-editing classic titles with sensitivity readers to please contemporary sensibilities. Hanks, we're all grown-ups here. Okay, so he's speaking out against it. That's good. The following artists go further than the two-time Oscar winner. They've dedicated their professional brands to reclaiming free speech, letting others speak, and using their art to push the conversation forward. Each has a different way of going about it, but their contributions should be applauded. They are the counterculture rebels we need now more than ever. The following creators don't hail from a single party. Some are aggressively apolitical, while others might lean to the left today, then veer right tomorrow. They deserve your support for taking a stand at a critical moment in history. Winston Marshall, he's been on Wet Spot. I think, have I had him on my interview show yet? I don't know if I had yet, but he's definitely done my other show on Compound. I actually met him at the Minds event last summer that I hosted. The former Mumford & Sons musician left the band he co-founded in 2021 after some accused him of supporting a right-wing trolls tome. I guess this was when he was supporting the Andy Ngo book. It didn't matter that the so-called troll was a mild-mannered journalist who happened to be both gay and Asian, or that Andy Ngo's invaluable work chronicling Antifa's vile nature shames the mainstream press. Marshall, who considers his political leaning center-left, seemed to give in to the woke mob by leaving the group. He said at the time he didn't want to negatively impact his bandmates. The artist emerged as a powerful voice for freedom. His Marshall Matters podcast highlights critical voices in the free speech fight, proving his critics couldn't silence him for long. Nice. He sat down with Michael Schellenberger. Okay, cool. Oh, it's me. Oh, you. The right-leaning comedian will never be featured on Saturday Night Live. Hey. or any late night corporate show. No matter, she's built her brand via podcasting, stand up dates, and an endless reservoir of good cheer. She's a happy warrior in the Andrew Breitbart tradition. At a time when many comedians cower behind progressive platitudes, Mayer sticks a thumb in the culture's eye, like via her Live from January 6th comedy album, which you can still get on Amazon and iTunes, by the way. Joe Rogan, the Spotify superstar, could have bent the knee last year and kept his massive contract afloat. The left and the media savaged Rogan, a professional comedian, for interviewing guests who defied the COVID-19 narratives. For that, he was branded a racist and lectured by an aging rocker. Spotify CEO Daniel Ek stood by Rogan, and the podcaster responded by doubling down on his free speech bona fides. Rogan kept on interviewing guests who shared radically different views, mocked the corrupt press for being, well, corrupt, and embraced his unofficial role as a free speech leader. None of that was easy. He could have done as told and curtailed his rebellious streak. Instead, he saw how important open debate is to the culture, especially as many citizens question the institutions that once held the country together. Amanda Milius. If all the director did was debunk the Russia collusion hoax before most people, she'd gain a spot on this list. Milius, daughter of Hollywood legend John Milius and a talent in her own right, rushed the plot against the president to the masses in 2020. This was a great film. I think Mike Cernovich is in it. The documentary detailed the lies behind the nastiest dirty trick in political history, making it into a time-ticking bomb-like affair with grave ramifications. The film got ignored by the press, but anyone who watched the film knew how vital and brave its arguments remain. She's not done either. She pushes free speech on platforms large and small, and her cinematic vision cannot be denied. Russell Brand, of course, Russell Brand is on here. A decade ago, Brand was licking his wounds from a faltering film career and espousing the glories of socialism. Today, he's using his social media empire to defend free speech, amplify his flock of like-minded fans, and doing it all with a wink and a grin. He even used his high profile to promote journalists like Matt Taibbi and Michael Schellenberger, men who have exposed the censorial rot across the culture. I think a dog just came in here. It's a remarkable transition for the bawdy Brit. He understands what happens when a culture stifles debate and never ends well. And Bill Maher. He might be the veteran member of this informal troupe, someone whose free speech battles date back more than 2 decades. Maher memorably got pummeled for his inelegant comments about bravery and 9/11. Since then, he's been keenly aware of how important speech is to society's overall health. He's been attacked for criticizing religion, using the N-word on its program, and you should come on Compound Media on his program, and savaging the woke mindset. He's never backed down and now promotes debate with his Club Random podcast. The show cheers on dissent, debate, and the importance of pushing political labels aside in the process. Rob Schneider. The recovering Democrat found his free speech voice decades after his breakthrough work on Saturday Night Live. The comic actor insists we keep speaking truth to power, question authority, and build bridges wherever possible to defend speech. Free speech is all speech. You're either for all of it or none of it. The New Hampshire Dems are for none of it, and they tagged RFK Jr. His Fox Nation special, Woke Up in America, fuses biting social commentary with laughter, and he's even spoken out against SNL for betraying its comic mission. Woo! Anthony Cumia! Yeah! The former Opie and Anthony standout learned the hard way how society punishes artists for pushing the envelope. Fed up with being fired one time too many, he created Compound Media so he'd be in charge of his broadcasting future. The platform gives him and a gaggle of comic voices, yours truly included, the chance to say whatever they please. Don't like it? Subscribe. Oh, like it, subscribe. Don't? Then don't. No hard feelings. The culture craves forums where comedians can work on their craft, share edgy material, and do so without looking over one's shoulder. Cumia delivered just that, a far cry from his former rival Howard Stern. Reacted to the battles of the 21st century. Spoiler alert, Stern put his head in the sand. Adam Carolla, the Man Show alum, created... Let me just make sure she's not eating something out of my bag. Muffin. Oh, she's just laying on the carpet. The Man Show alum created a pirate ship in 2009 to ensure he had the freedom to say what he wanted when he wanted. How prescient. Prescient? How do you say this word? Prescient? Years later, Corolla's ability to speak his mind sans consequences made him one of the culture's most valuable, hilarious voices. He shredded media corruption, COVID-19 liars, and more while giving cover for those to join his free speech revolution. He also joined Dennis Prager to warn us about the clampdown on free speech in academia, captured the must-see documentary No Safe Spaces. We didn't heed their warning, alas. J.K. Rowling. The progressive author's life changed forever in 2020. Rowling, famed for creating the Harry Potter series franchise, disagreed with elements of the trans movement. The cancel culture response was swift and unrelenting. It carries through to today, and there's little chance her rabid critics will back down. Why? Because she refuses to apologize, for starters. She fights back early and often, exposing the souls who try to permanently silence her voice. Yeah, they call her a TERF all the time, which is a trans exclusionary radical feminist. Many ultra wealthy stars have bowed to the woke mob and diminished free speech in the process. That list includes pop culture all-stars like Stephen King and Scarlett Johansson. Oh my God. Stephen King is the biggest shill. Every once in a while, I'll see one of his tweets, and it's just so icky. And I've lost so much respect for him. Rowling refuses to bend the knee, let alone apologize. That defiance matters as much as any other contribution offered by members of this list. That's true. You just can't apologize because it'll never be enough. Justin Folk, the director, may lack the name recognition of his fellow pop culture warriors, but his work speaks for itself. He directed No Safe Spaces, 2019's invaluable look at how the left crushes free speech on campuses across the country. The film lacked the big budget of most mainstream documentaries, but Folk made every penny count. No Safe Spaces looks gorgeous, and its narrative leans on colorful talking heads to tell harrowing stories of speech decline. God, I don't think I've seen this documentary. I gotta watch it. Folks' follow-up gave voices to millions struggling with the radical side of the trans movement. What is a woman? Let mild-mannered Matt Walsh stump experts with a question most toddlers could ace. Next up, another top-secret project sure to rattle the culture again. Oh, wow. So he also directed What is a Woman? That's cool. Dave Chappelle. He's the GOAT who nearly got kicked off Netflix for telling the, quote, wrong jokes. The comedy giant touched the third rail of modern culture, transgenderism, with wildly mixed results on his 2021 Netflix special, The Closer. God, I can't believe that was like 2 years ago already. Platform employees picketed outside the building. Reporters lashed out at Chappelle, labeling him transphobic, despite the special's glowing tribute to a late trans comic. He lost distribution for his untitled documentary, a situation that has yet to be resolved. And worst of all, a critic rushed the stage during his 2022 Hollywood Bowl performance and tackled the Ohio resident. The attacker had a knife on his person but was unable to use it. He's faced the cultural fire and emerged as powerful as ever. And there's little fear he'll self-censor anytime soon. John Cleese, the man behind the Ministry of Silly Walks, is dead serious about free speech. Cleese, at 83, won't stop defending creativity or mocking those who think speech demands guardrails. He does so with his signature scathing wit, and he refuses to be cowed by younger voices demanding his ways aren't appropriate for modern times. Nonsense! We've never needed Cleese more. Sean Ono Lennon. I've never heard of this person. The musician's career doesn't generate as many headlines as his famous Pappy. But he leverages his bully pulpit, aka Twitter, to defend free speech without anger. Tweet after tweet, Ono Lennon uses humor and wisdom to explain why speech matters in our tribal times, and he does so even when many prefer to shut his thoughts down. And here's one of his tweets saying, we live in a time that calling a virus that came from China Chinese is racist and arguably dangerous for Asians because morons. Oh, and calling a virus that probably didn't come from Spain Spanish, well, that makes total sense. Gina Carano, the former MMA star, knew her biggest career break could end with a single tweet or Instagram post. Carano, who helped The Mandalorian become a pop culture sensation via her Cara Dune character, got the official warning from Disney. Her rebellious social media posts, neither vicious nor cruel like some of her Disney peers, could get her kicked off the show. Instead, she kept on talking, knowing that speaking her mind meant more than any gag. Yeah. She became a free speech symbol, telling others it's all right to forfeit some dreams if it means compromising your soul. She snagged the lead in a Daily Wire movie, yet remains on the outskirts of Hollywood Inc. She retains her integrity, and chances are she's inspired other strong women to speak up for themselves. Yep, she's definitely inspired me. Andrew Doyle. He's the mind behind Titania McGrath, the social justice warrior whose musings trick many into thinking she's an honest-to-goodness snowflake. That's the power of a first-rate satirist. Satirist? God, I can't read today. And here's one of the tweets. Why do bigots find gender identity so confusing? It simply means the immutable yet fluid feeling that one is male or female, or neither, or both, based on conceptions of masculinity and femininity that are innate, but also social constructs that don't exist. This really isn't hard. Doyle uses Titania's absurdity to fight back against woke overreach, but it's not the only tool at his disposal. The comedian also penned Free Speech and Why It Matters and The New Puritans tomes, perfectly aligned with our troubled times. Plus, he's teaming up with Cleese for a show promoting proper argument, a project sure to get pummeled by the press. Ricky Gervais, the British icon, is having a blast making people rush to their safe spaces. For Gervais, funny is his North Star, the guide for any comedian to follow. It's why his stand-up takes no prisoners and often leaves audiences howling. His 2020 Golden Globe speech might be his finest hour, but it's the comic's ability to poke fun at hot-button issues remains his calling card. Jimmy Dore. The old-school liberal can't stop questioning authority. That means the pundit and comedian is slammed as a right-winger or some other inflammatory label. Dore uses his stand-up comedy and podcast to promote, debate, ridicule fascists, and prove political labels mean little in modern times. Nick Searcy. Wow, a lot of friends on this list. If Milius's plot proved the most subversive film over the past few years, Cersei's Capital Punishment came in a close second. The documentary examined the U.S. government's aggressive prosecution of January 6 rioters. The film's bold nature questioned many media narratives about the tragic day and its aftermath. He let people who weren't given a voice in the press share their side of the story, and in doing so, he gave citizens a valuable resource. Cersei also deserves a spot on this list for his pugnacious Twitter feed. He knows he could lose Hollywood gigs for embracing his conservative nature, but he speaks out anyway. That's courage, and it might just give other freethinkers cover to speak out next. Tim Robbins, one of Hollywood's staunchest liberals, lived up to that description last year. The Bull Durham star began questioning the lockdown mania that swept the country over the past 3 years. He refused to take the bait, did his own research, and saw so many hypocrisies flooding the culture. So he started speaking up about it. Robbins' Red Pill Awakening hasn't changed his political affiliation. It's allowed him to defend free speech, question authority, and slam those unwilling to do either. This is a long article. Oh, yes, I would love to get Jimmy Dore on the podcast. I enjoy him. He asks all the right questions. Salman Rushdie, the Satanic Verses author, faced a punishment even worse than cancel culture. The Iranian government's fatwa put a literal target on the author's head back in 1989. He became a living embodiment of free speech and why it matters, requiring security measures to appear in public. Decades later, someone attempted to complete the fatwa. That left Rushdie without vision in one eye, among other chronic wounds. Damn, I didn't know that. He still won't back down, becoming one of the loudest voices to decree the censorship of iconic authors like Roald Dahl, Ian Fleming, and Agatha Christie. Nice. Wow. God, there's still so many people you could add onto this list. A lot of other, like Tyler Fisher, Nick DiPaolo, super funny, super based. Thank you, Christian. You're a gentleman and a scholar. Oh, hello, Matthew. Can we get Amanda Milius on the podcast? Her father is famed director John Milius. She is great. Yeah, I would like that. All right, let me write it down. Let me write it down on my board here. This is now going to be my suggestion board. I wonder if she follows me on Twitter. That's what I'll do today. I'm going to spend the day reaching out to people that I want to book. Do. I shouldn't have looked at all that pizza content. Okay. Well, oh God, Brewer, of course. I love Brewer. If you asked me who was my favorite comedian, I would say Jim Brewer. He's just his physical comedy is outstanding. People call Chappelle the stand-up goat, but I think it's clearly Carlin. Again, it's like a matter of personal taste. They're both goats for different reasons. It's just like depends like what you like. Okay, speaking of Mr. Rob Schneider, let's see. I have another article here.
Sorry to interrupt.
Okay. Rob Schneider reveals the joke that made Trump say he hated him. Oh, snap. Okay, I guess he has a new special out. Rob Schneider looked to cancel culture with his illustrious stand-up comedy special, Rob Schneider Woke Up in America. I still haven't seen this yet. A hilarious take on the current events of modern America that debuted on Fox Nation earlier this week. Oh, maybe that's why, because it just came out. Well, okay then. The actor and comedian proved he hasn't lost his luster, keeping the audience in stitches by wisecracking on everything from today's culture wars, COVID-19 mask mandates, and his own vasectomy. He got a vasectomy? I didn't know that. Darn. Well, there goes my chances. To making a movie with Donald Trump, Schneider told Fox and Friends on Monday that the secret to modern comedy comes from appealing to the demand for someone who isn't afraid to push back against censorship or go against the grain. Yeah, I don't think it's that hard. It's really a habit you have to build. Like if you're someone who's afraid of losing like opportunities or jobs or whatever, it's like, yeah, that's what you have to do. You really can't have it both ways. You can't participate in the cozy system while also trying to fight for free speech. You have to be willing to lose something. Here are some can't miss moments from the actor comedian's latest endeavor, exclusively available on Fox Nation. Okay, Rob Schneider on meeting Trump. Schneider said he voted for Trump a few times in 2016. A few times. Oh, maybe he did mail-in ballots. It was in California, and I was writing on my kitchen counter. I had the ballot because, I'm in California. They mail you like 100 of them. He joked. I was just filling them out. Not all of them. I'm not an asshole, but 3 or 4 or 5 at most. That's funny. We should have all been doing that. Beyond voicing his support for the former president, he shared that not only had he starred in the film Home Alone 2 Lost in New York with him, but he also had stories to tell about judging the Miss USA pageant in 2008 and appearing on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno. He brushed shoulders with Trump both times, and during the latter instance was called out by Leno for telling a funny joke about the former president backstage. The difference between me and Donald Trump is when I got started, my dad didn't give me $40 million, he jested. The moment prompted Trump to call him a liar on more than one occasion. Oh, snap. I wonder why this triggered him. Maybe because he did get millions of dollars from his dad. I don't know. Oh, also just added to my schedule, guys. Not this Thursday, but Thursday, July 6th, I will have Megan Fox on the show. Rob Schneider describes Californians moving to Florida. The California comedian obviously has a love-hate relationship with the Golden State. He takes a crack at the exodus from blue states like California and New York, telling the audiences of Floridians that they're bringing their unique lifestyles, rife with yoga pants and, of course, vegan diets with them. You put up with so much. You're so kind. You have people every day just running over your border, just flooding into Florida, he said, of the massive blue state exodus, driving people to the Sunshine State. If you want to fuck them Californians up, give them a piece of cheese, he joked, implying that they are all, at least in large numbers, dairy-free. Rob Schneider explaining what a woman is. In Schneider's mind, everybody knows the answer that some claim only biologists can give. A woman is someone who gets mad at you for what you did 3 effing years ago, a biological fact. Making a series of jokes that subtly take aim at the culture war battle fought over what constitutes a woman, he answered the question, what is a woman? In his own way, joking that they use their tires as curb feelers. Oh, such a dad joke. And wake men up at 2 in the morning to kill spiders because they're too afraid to do it themselves. Rob Schneider, COVID is a selective virus. Schneider poked fun at the protocols in place during the height of the pandemic in 2020 and 2021. Doesn't that feel like a long time ago? Remarking how insane it was to keep people from places like salons and gyms while opening them up to restaurants and grocery stores. Even crazier, standing up at a restaurant meant you could contract the virus, but as Schneider quipped, the virus will fly right over your effing head. That's funny. We're very lucky. It's a selective virus, he joked. You want to go to the gym? Dead. Haircut? Dead. Nails? Dead. Church? Dead. You want to go to Target or Walmart? Come on in. The virus knows that you need to get some shit. Schneider even poked fun at his life at home during the special, telling a story about a time his wife was stung by a scorpion, as well as giving a very candid description of what it's like to live at his place in the Arizona desert. It's 120 fucking degrees, he said, and there are coyotes that eat your pets. He joked that after moving to Arizona, a scorpion dared to sting his wife during their first week in the new house, but she wasn't the one who was upset about the ordeal. I wonder if this is where the spider killing joke came from. To hear more in-depth stories and Schneider's full stand-up routine, subscribe to Fox Nation and stream Rob Schneider Woke Up in America. Let's go to the comments. It was 1 million. It was 1 million. And with that money, Trump changed the entire skyline of New York. Big difference between Schneider and Trump. Trump was brilliant. He was tall. He was handsome, articulate, hot, loved by everyone. Don't play around with it, Schneider. Wow. It perplexes me as why people actually still see Trump as a regular guy, one of us. I watched his narcissism my entire adult life. I mean, regular people still have narcissism. He's a spoiled rich kid, a self-absorbed child who was never told no. Like his policies, I can understand, but to act like he's self-made and a man of people. I would agree that he is self-made because you can get an opportunity and squander it. You can be lent money and blow it. He also got loans from his father worth at least $9 million that were never paid back, as well as his father's real estate connections. How is Rob Schneider a comedian? You have to be funny. This is like the lamest thing. I see this all the time. Don't you have to be funny? Oh boy. Well, I would say Rob Schneider, a net good force in the world. Oh, let's see what's going on with Vanilla the chimp. Vanilla the chimp, caged her entire life. Oh, look at this. Shouldn't they be named Chocolate or, I don't know, Licorice? Chimps scare the fuck out of me because they're too smart for their own. Look at that crazy what's going on with the butt. I don't know if that's normal. Chimps scare me because they are basically like people. I feel like I don't trust them. But this is Vanilla the chimp. Looks like a person. This is not like a person. Looks like a person in a costume. Looks like a person tiptoeing. Caged for their entire life, sees the sky for the first time. Is this them seeing the sky for the first time? Why was he in the cage? Let's find out. A touching video caught the first time that Vanilla the chimpanzee, a 29-year-old survivor of New York's infamous laboratory for experimental medicine and surgery in primates, saw the open sky after arriving at Save the Chimp Sanctuary in Fort Pierce, Florida. Vanilla had never been outside of the 5-foot square cage or a garage-sized enclosure until she moved in. Wow. And by the looks of it, she is spellbound by her new ape abode. This is so sad. Vanilla lived in a laboratory until she was 2. Then she was among a group of transferred to California. Oh, look how cute. Wow. She was confined to a larger. I smell toast burning. Am I having a stroke? I hope it's toast. She was confined to a larger enclosure at a refuge that went out of business in 2019. How would she still never have seen the sky? And she's like, being traveled back and forth to these places. Last year, the chimpanzee sanctuary arranged for FedEx to fly her to. Oh, look at that. Okay. Good for her. Oh, that's really cute. She was greeted with a huge hug by alpha male. Hello, Dwight. As she left her enclosure, gazed skyward, and then explored her new island. I wonder if Dwight has a crush. In California, Vanilla lived with a handful of chimps inside a chain link fence, cage with no grass and very little enrichment. What do you mean? Like, are they making pottery? Are they doing books? Her new island refuge is home to 226 chimpanzees discarded from laboratories, the entertainment industry, the exotic pet trade. This sounds like a cartoon. And roadside zoos. Many of them have previously endured solitary confinement and have never interacted with chimps before. Oh, that's sad. Halloran assesses the personalities of each new chimp that arrives at the sanctuary to figure out which of its 12 chimp island communities, and they have 12 different chimp communities. Wow, I wonder which one I would vibe with the best. Maybe the artists. She gets along with all the other 18 chimps on her island. She has a particularly playful relationship with the alpha male Dwight, from whom she steals food. Oh, that's cute. Vanilla, good. Best of luck to you, Vanilla. Let's see if I can find the exact moment. And I think I missed it. Where she so here she is. Is this her? Oh, the hug. Oh my God, look how happy. This is adorable. Oh my God. Okay, I'm sorry I made fun of its butthole before. Look how wholesome. Look at this. I'm watching it again. Oh, the hug. Oh my God. Look at her face. She's so happy. Oh my God. See, they're like people. I feel like I'm going to cry. What's wrong with me? That's so sweet. They were BFFs right out the gate. Oh, typical woman stealing fries. Give it to her, Dwight. Yeah, I wonder if Dwight's going to be like, I'm going to get it in. Chimps have communities. I don't. Oh. I would love a chimp. I mean, I just have read too many stories of chimps like murdering their people. So I would hate to get into like a chimp fight. They will. They would kill me, I think. Oh, good luck. Good luck to you, Vanilla. I will be checking in on you from time to time. Okay, I wonder if this is a sad story. If it's bumming you out, I'll move on. Man dies after trying to drink all 21 cocktails on the menu during a family vacation. I mean, there's nothing like a family vacation that would drive a man to drink 21 cocktails. Am I right, folks? Wow. I want to know what I want to know what this menu was, like this cocktail menu. I mean, come on. What did you think was going to happen? A UK man on vacation with his family in Jamaica died after attempting to partake in a challenge. Oh, it was a challenge that involved drinking all 21 cocktails featured on the bar's menu. Timothy Southern had finished 12 of the menu's various cocktails when he returned to his hotel room at the Royal Decameron Club Caribbean in St. Anne, where he later died. Damn. A pathologist in Kingston said the 53-year-old Staffordshire man's closet 12 doesn't. I mean, I feel like my friends drink 12 easy, like in a couple of hours. I wonder if he was not drinking water or eating. His death was due to acute gastroenteritis due to alcohol consumption. Alcohol related. An initial investigation found that he had been drinking brandy and beer throughout the morning. Well, that's what they say. Beer before liquor. Beer before liquor, you're going to get sicker. And this man did not pay attention to that cardinal rule, which really they teach you in college. You go to college, they say liquor before beer, you're in the clear. Beer before liquor, you're going to get sicker. So he got sicker, to say the least. Why would you start with that? You got to start with the hard liquor and then trail off, go lighter. At some point during the day, Southern met 2 Canadian women celebrating birth. See, I blame Canada. I think these Canadian women inspired him to drink more. The women told him they were trying to compete in the 21 cocktail challenge before midnight. It was not immediately clear how quickly Southern consumed the 12 cocktails. Damn. What's the most I've ever had in like a night? Maybe 6 for like the whole night. For me, like if I have, White Claws don't really count. But if I have like 3 or 4 vodka sodas, I'm going to be drunk. His family members who were on the trip with him said they tried in vain to help him. He was on his back. Ew, okay. That's not good. I was trying to keep this light and fun. I don't want to read about gurgling. Damn. The family has since expressed outrage, and I want to know what the drinks were. Outrage and dissatisfaction with the emergency crews who tried to save him in his hotel, claiming they were unprepared to effectively take care of him. You're in Jamaica. What do you expect? When the nurse arrived, I said I had an ambulance been called, and she said no. I thought she would take over, but that was not the case. I noticed he was starting to lose temperature. Don't let your dad drink 21 cocktails. Don't just sit there looking at him. Start CPR. She only gave him chest compressions. Yeah, she probably didn't know CPR. You're in Jamaica. What do you expect? Let's look up this. I want to know what drinks were on this bar menu. Royal Decameron Club Caribbean in St. Anne. Let's look this up. I want to know how drinks are on here. Maybe have 1 or 2. Don't have all 12. Okay. Okay, we're on the website. All inclusive. Let's check under activities. It looks nice. This looks like a nice kind of vacation. Tropical. Okay, it's not under activities. It's not under events. All inclusive. Unlimited food. What about unlimited drinks? Is it bad that I'm looking this up? Okay, this is the only thing that the website says about what kind of drinks they offered. Unlimited drinks and alcoholic beverages. Experience your vacation with all the drinks you want. With us, you can enjoy open bars on beaches and pools where you may find alcoholic and non-alcoholic cocktails, fruit juices, sodas, more. Oh, we got a mojito. We got a pina colada here. Oh, I like that colorful one back there. Got something blue, probably a Cosmo. Damn, this looks good, actually. 21. Who can do 21? And you have to finish them? You'd have to start. No, I don't even think you could do that in a day. Maybe if you just went real slow and had a lot of water in between and had food. But this is not for noobs. Yeah, I looked under events to see if the 21 drinks was under events. It's not. Activities. You know what? Just a man trying to get away from his family by drinking 21 cocktails. Very sad. It has to be back to back. I I don't know if I could. I don't think I could do that many. His family's gonna sue, you think? $21 is a lot. I think 10 is fair. Because it's, like with all these eating challenges, it's like, oh, you have to finish this huge meal in one sitting. So they should do that. Like the drinking challenge should be like 10. I mean, you could still, probably get very sick from 10. But if they're going to do a drinking challenge, maybe they should give you a certain amount of time. Yeah, I don't know. Never do 21 drinks in a third world country unless you have your eyes on the bottle. Yeah, exactly. He was in an all-inclusive, so he probably figured that it was going to be fine. Yeah. All day. You could do 21 in a day if it was all day. Thank you. I like these leggings too. But I'm wearing Christmas socks, which is like a little embarrassing. But I don't have socks for like every season. Like I don't have summer socks. I have a lot of Halloween socks. I have Christmas socks. I have these socks, which I bought kind of to go snowboard. These are awesome. I haven't worn them yet, but they're really fun. There's a lot going on. I think I bought these to go snowboarding in. Yeah. See, I'll whip these puppies out. I'll put on Halloween socks tomorrow. I don't give a fuck. These are also pretty cool too. I like the fun design. This brand has a lot of fun sock designs. Hello, there's a dog in here now. Oh yeah. These are Christmas socks, but they're like Chinese. It's like whatever the Chinese people think Christmas is. It's like very confused. It says Merry Christmas, but then it also has like a strange like Chinese teepee on here. They tried. I love socks. I really love socks. Okay. Quality socks are one of the most important pieces of equipment. Yeah. Oh, really? Oh, really, Darth? It's like that now. I don't think that's true. I've been wearing awful shit for years. Okay. I'm not gonna just suddenly start doing it. I do want to go through my whole closet. I think I'm getting to a point where I need to do like a Marie Kondo situation. Oh no, both dogs are on the bed. Hello. Yeah, I mixed it up today. I flipped the quilt to the other side, to the blue side. Yep. I'm keeping things exciting here. This is how you keep things hot in your marriage. You got to flip the quilt over sometimes. Yeah, I did a lot of folding and laundry yesterday. I'm going to keep going today though, because you got to I think I'm getting to a point where I'm just sick of I feel like I'm surrounded by piles constantly. I don't know if you guys ever get this way, but it's like you don't finish putting the laundry away or you don't finish folding it. And then it just ends up just being piles. And then you're like, I don't even know if these are dirty piles and clean piles anymore. Like so much time goes by and you're like, whatever, let's just wash it again. Like just get it out of my sight. But what you really need to do every once in a while, I think at least once a year you need to do this, is Marie Kondo would say you have to take every single piece of clothing out of all of your closets, like talking coat closets, all the drawers, just hanging up, put it all on your bed, and you have to go through it all. If it sparks joy, if you don't love it, you have to donate it. I've also heard people say, like, if you wouldn't put it on and wear it today, you should donate it. I've also heard people use the tactic of like turn all your hangers backwards, like facing in. And if at the end of a year you have hangers that are still facing in, like that's how you know. You have to donate that thing. Basically, if you haven't worn it in a year, it's got to go. So I got to do that because, there's just too much stuff. I have too much stuff, and it's not even like I'm buying a ton of clothes. Like I would say, I feel like 60% of my wardrobe are like comedy t-shirts, free t-shirts, like buying other people's merch, things like that. Like I wouldn't really wear it out, but I would be like, oh, I'll wear this to the gym, and then before you know it, you've got like 2 huge drawers packed to the brim with just like fun t-shirts. But then you feel like, oh, I have nothing to wear on like a night out. That's where I'm at. And you should only keep the t-shirts that really make you happy, you know, and use vertical space. Oh, you mean like have one of those things that hangs up and you can fold clothes into? Hmm. Yeah, you should only keep all the stuff that you love and wear. I think this is why I'm a hoarder too, because we kind of grew up with like not a lot. You lost 90% of your stuff last year? What happened? The As shirt does make me happy. It is in my drawer right now. But yeah. Oh, what's up, Fieldy? I lost over 100 pounds, then donated 90% of my fat clothes, then gained back some weight. And I regret giving away the clothes. Oh, no. But that was the thing to do. It's good. You can always, I guess, get more fat clothes. The idea is like, you try to not get fat again. But it happens. It happens. Like I put on like 3 pounds since the wedding. So I'm blown up over here. Let's help you lose the last 10%. Yeah, I haven't donated to a Salvation Army in a long time. Maybe I'll do that today. Oh, they're sleeping. They're sleeping on the bed. Hey, Waffles. Waffles is almost as big as Muffin now. Muffin is still like a good 10 pounds more. They're both a little chunky. Yep. Especially if you eat cake every day. Fielty, you looking good lately. Keep pedaling. Oh, that's a good idea. Veterans places. Okay. Yeah, I was doing good yesterday, and then there was some candy in Compound Media. Fealty handed me a Starburst, and then it was all over. Because it's like once you have one, you're like, I don't know, a light, like a switch goes off, and then you're just kind of like, fuck it, which is bad. It's bad to be an all or nothing person. But once I had one Starburst, I was like, well, I guess I'm just gonna have another Starburst, and then a huge handful of Skittles, and then before you know it, you're back off your game. Thanks a lot, Fealty. Thanks a lot. There's not a lot of women's clothes that go to the veterans thing. I didn't even think of that. Let me see. Let's see. What would I even say? What would I even Google? Veteran clothing donation? That's a great idea. Do they do pickups? NewYorkCity.gov. Oh, wepickup.org. Oh, that's great. Oh my goodness, this is fantastic. You enter your zip code. Okay. We don't currently service your area. Damn. But you can ship your donations to us free with UPS. Oh, that's what I'll do then. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm gonna pull this up on screen. It's okay, Fieldy. I love Starburst. I could eat a whole bag. Like no problem. Okay, so this is provided by the Vietnam Veterans of America. WePickup.org. Step 1, use the form to schedule a pickup or call. Label your bags and boxes, place in a visible location, or you could just drop it off to what did they say? UPS? Yeah, that's not a big deal. I love this idea. If it fits in a box, I have so many leftover boxes. What fits? Okay, this is what they want. All clothing, small appliances, clothing accessories. Oh wow, flour, tools, houseware, furniture, home decor. Place settings. Oh, wow. We could donate the some of the plates from the wedding, I think. Glassware, jewelry, toys, linens, shoes, books, area rugs. Wow. I love this. I'm going to do this. Yeah, it's nice to know that it's going somewhere or people need it. Not that the Goodwill doesn't need it, but I don't know. I feel like a lot of places just end up tossing shit out. Shipping will be $100. I think they will ship for free. Yeah. Ship your donations to us free with UPS. So I'm going to look into that. Hooray! See, I helped. Or I could drive the box to a place where they pick it up. No, I will not be coming to the UK in September, but I'm very excited for Gary to go. And I hope you meet him and take lots of pictures. I have not been to the UK since I was a high school senior. We had a high school theater field trip we went to the Globe Theater. I don't know if that's the same thing as a Shakespeare theater. We went to Shakespeare's home. Yeah, I can't believe my parents let me go on that trip to London. I can't believe they let me fly to London as a freaking 16-year-old. I think I was 16 because I graduated high school at 17. I was like 16 or 17. And they just let me go. I couldn't believe it. It was with a huge group, obviously, but it might have been only for like 4 days too. But that was really cool. So I haven't been since then. What is this Compound Media I keep hearing about? It's yes, it's another channel where I do another show. It's like a panel show. Sometimes we do like love, sex, dating advice. Sometimes we just really talk to each other and bullshit. Sometimes we watch porn. It's fun. But it's on compoundmedia.com. And my show is called Wed Spot. It's Mondays at 7 p.m. Eastern. Also, Anthony Cumia's show is Monday through Thursday. I think I should know this. I should know which time his show starts. It's 4 to 6 usually. Sometimes he goes till 7. And then Gino's show In Hot Water, Monday through Thursday, 2 to 3:30. And other shows like Morning. But yeah, it's super fun. It's also known as a free speech network, so anything goes. And my show is known for occasional nudity. And that's always fun. Oh my God, you're reading through the Instagram. It's crazy. They are very unhinged and they're still actively posting. You're right. Like if I were to check this right now, I don't really have my Instagram set up to this browser because I took Fealty's advice. I'm using the Brave browser, which I guess is helping video run a little bit more smoothly. The amount of, oh my God, Anna is posting. She's already going wedding dress shopping. This is so funny. I love Anna. I got engaged last June. I didn't even start looking at dresses till January, but she's already doing it. Good for her. She's excited. She's excited. Cool. I love going to weddings, other people's weddings. Even when I barely know the people, I cry at every wedding. Let me look at the Instagram comments. They're probably still Durka. Yeah, they're very mad at me still. They're upset about my and Jocelyn's apology tour. It is such an amazing show. The people that call in, like Mr. Peabody and Frankie, you never know what will happen. True. Or like Pat from PA, or that other guy, Dan, who was hooking up with this girl. And then I said, you got to take her out for a meal. You can't just have her keep coming over and hooking up. Like, you got to spend a little money, dude. And he wouldn't do it. And guess what? She broke up with him. She moved on. She went back to her ex. Did Steel Toe get banned from YouTube? I heard that maybe he got a strike or something for talking about pride people. Yes, this is what I would like. for every Simcast wedding to lead to another Simcast engagement. Damn. What happened to Steel Toe? Let me see if I can look at their Twitter for answers. Let's go to Steel Toe's Twitter. That's so crazy. I mean, I've been struck on YouTube for so many bullshit reasons. YouTube hates what we are and the show we do, a show that mocks the culture and has fun with it. If this goes well, we may make the move to Rumble permanently. When we go live, we become one of the top streams in category in our front page every day. They treat us well. That's nice. Go exclusive to Rumble, but keep clipping for YouTube and YouTube Shorts to keep yourselves out there. It's going to take a while to transfer your audience over, and it won't happen through procrastination. So take the plunge now and be happy later. Okay. Wow, this is the 4th time you have claimed to go to Rumble. Put your band pants on and make the move. You're just so in love with YouTube and the money. You got to put more work into it. Relax time is up. Take the rev cut and make your show real again. YouTube has no idea who you are and doesn't care one bit if you go. I might agree with. I don't feel like YouTube really particularly cares for anyone. Wow. But like, what exactly was it over? What happened? What happened? YouTube gave us a strike for talking about a gay guy who faked an attack on himself. So we're over at Rumble. Wow. Dang, that sucks. I guess they're very trigger happy on that right now because it's still gay season. Am I watching the Stuttering John podcast later? Oh, I thought it was did it happen last night? I heard it was supposed to happen Monday night. Wasn't Stuttering John supposed to go on Carl's show? Who are these podcasts? Ooh, does anyone know if it happened? I heard that he maybe was going to bail. Oh boy. Okay. They keep getting flagged by Stuttering John. Oh my gosh. Well, okay. We'll see. I'll have to talk to them. Did someone in the chat say that I was hot? I went and got a teeth cleaning yesterday, and this was the same. I have a new dentist, I guess, teeth cleaning guy, dental hygienist. I was seeing this Russian lady for years, and I loved her. And then all of a sudden, they switched me over to this other guy, which I was like, ugh, I hate new people. I hate like learning somebody new. But this guy is super funny, and he's the one who told me that he used to work in DC, and he worked on all these politicians. And he was I was like he's worked on Nancy Pelosi, and I don't know if you're supposed to be telling people like me, or anybody really, like patients that you've had, but he was name dropping like crazy, and I'm like, all these people don't floss, they have terrible dental hygiene. He's a blast. He's so funny. And I saw him yesterday for my biannual teeth cleaning. He said, whatever you've been doing, keep doing it. Like your teeth actually look better. Everything is like really healthy. Everything looks better than it did like a year ago. And I was like, what am I doing? If anything, maybe I'm probably just eating a ton less sugar. Maybe it's the diet. I don't know. But you got to floss, guys. You got to floss and brush. Even if you occasionally, sure, you're going to be drunk and fall asleep and not do it. But make sure you're flossing and brushing most days, every day. So he did the little scrapey thing. And then he was telling me that he wants to propose to his girlfriend, and he didn't know how to. So I'm sitting there just thinking, because he was saying they've been together 7 years. They've been living together like a couple, and that she also has a 10-year-old son. So I was like, I'm sitting there. He's just cleaning my teeth. I literally stop him, 20 minutes in. I go, I got it. This is how you're going to propose to your girlfriend. I said, go onto one of these websites like Vistaprint or Personalization Mall or whatever and get a puzzle made. Take either like a picture of the three of you or whatever, like a family photo, but get a puzzle made that has like, will you marry me, like printed on it. Like you can get anything printed on these sites. Like they'll print photos, they'll print words, like whatever you want. And do the puzzle with the kid and then call over your girlfriend and be like, can you help us put in this last piece? And then have the last piece like be the one that spells it out, or like have the last couple of pieces be like the obvious ones where the words are, and just have like propose to her that way. And then like while she's putting in the last pieces of the puzzle, like have the ring and just go for it. Pow, because he didn't know whether he should involve the kid in the proposal. I was like, this is perfect. And it's very sweet. He's like, you're a genius. I was like, that's right. So anyway, I think I'm going to start a company where I help people figure out how to propose. Anyway, yeah. So if he ends up doing it, have a couple missing pieces. Be like, I can't find them. And then, so my next teeth cleaning is like in 6 months. I'm like, I'll see you in 6 months, Oscar. And by then you will have proposed. He's like, he was like a little nervous. I'm like, just fucking do it, man. Like, how long have you been with her? Just do it. It's going to be the same. It's just going to be nicer and better. Yeah, very rom-com. Or I said you could do it with like have the ring in a little box and then like build a Jenga up around it, like over it, And then when it falls, like do the Jenga game. When the Jenga falls, have the ring like there. Whoop-ah! Go for it. I'm just really good at this, guys. Viking, Pellegrino in the morning. Yeah, it doesn't have the same ring to it as Mayr in the morning. And of course, I've already had the sign made, so I can't change my name now. Yep. Yeah, writing feel free to write this. Yeah, it'll be called the Proposal Corp. Thank you, Fealty. There's a lot of fun stuff you can do. Especially if there's like, if you want to involve a kid or another family member. Oh, I really want some coffee. I mean, like black coffee is fine. It's better than nothing, but I don't really consider it the full coffee experience. For me, the full coffee experience is like basically Dunkin', a hot medium coffee with cream, no sugar. That's to me is like this bullshit I make in the K cups. It doesn't compare. It does not compare to like a Dunkin'. Like, and I hate to plug Dunkin'. They are not a sponsor, but that's like a real cup of coffee. Or really good is like just any cheap deli in New York City. Their coffee is fantastic. Like I'm getting back to more my roots where I get coffee from like cheap delis and bodegas rather than like Starbucks, even though I am a points member at Starbucks and I have accumulated a lot of points because I get egg bites after the gym. And there's a Starbucks right by the gym. And then some lady at the gym was like, I go back and forth on whether or not I want to make friends at the gym. But this blonde lady, like white, liberal, typical, she comes up to me. She's like, because I did a double a couple days ago. I did an upper body and then a half hour later I did the lower body, but I did the same workout like twice, but both sides. Anyway, so I come back with an espresso shot because I just had an espresso shot in between the two gym classes. This lady was like, "Why do you go to Starbucks instead of Mimi's?" Like Mimi's is the small town value coffee shop that's like right next door. I mean, Starbucks is right next door too. But she's like, "Why don't you go to Mimi's?" I'm like, "Why?" I'm like, I have points at Starbucks. I'm getting free cups and shit. I'm getting benefits. I don't know. Like I'm all for supporting a small business, but like they were like all about Black Lives Matter. They were very masky during the pandemic. Like, ugh, no, sorry. They seem pretty woke. Maybe she's trying to say you look poor. Maybe. Yep. I don't know. I didn't like her shaming me for doing Starbucks. Starbucks is okay. Yeah, I agree. Like by itself, tastes like shit, but I really like their vanilla cold brew. And I really like, but I don't get it with sugar. I get the venti vanilla cold brew, but I get one pump. Yep. I like my coffee like I like my men. Vanilla with 1 pump. McDonald's has great iced coffee. You know who also has great iced coffee is I think is it Chick-fil-A? It's a place you wouldn't it might be Raising Cane's or it might be Chick-fil-A. Has incredible iced coffee. I learned that from my buddy Elijah. Matthew Hammond. I DM'd you a link to the documentary about Amanda Milius' father that you should watch before interviewing her. It's great. Oh, thank you, Matthew. I will do that. I've been meaning to watch that documentary for a while, so yeah. She did. She sounded very vaccinated, so I immediately tuned out. You know, I think I like the Starbucks that's by the gym because I like the people that work there. The guys that work there are really nice, and it's like I don't know. There's something about seeing a familiar face that I enjoy. I like seeing the same people. And some of them learned my name. It's like when I went into Sullivan's yesterday after Wet Spot, and Paul, the bartender, Irish guy, blonde, he's like, I don't know, can't be older than 25. He like I walked into the bar, he's like, I heard you got married, and he just put a vodka soda in front of me, and I was like, this is like what love feels like. This is like small town values. He said, it's your wedding present. I was like, vodka, my favorite. Yeah, exactly. Starbucks does have a good atmosphere. Like if you have one that's not full of bums, it is a nice place to chill if you need to kill some time or need to do writing or reading. Raising Cane. Yeah, maybe that's the place that has the good coffee. I can't. There's one of these chicken places has like incredible iced coffee. I like my coffee like I like my women hot and creamy. Or what's the one that I used to say? I like my men like I like my coffee hot, black, and down the front of my shirt. That's fun. Viking. What's up, Viking? Can you have Lana Lockdeaf on your podcast? She is very canceled, but super cool. Oh my God. I'm writing it down. I love canceled people. Lana. Okay, done. She's on the list. I need a little fun background music, I think. What about this? Why is Theo Vaughn trending? What did Theo Vaughn do? Did he have a viral moment? Okay, now I'm curious. Taking the music off. Why is Theo Vaughn trending? The realest thing he's ever said.
I've never liked the French, I'll be honest with you. If you put 70 French people in front of me, I don't like them.
Is he a Celsius sponsor?
I've never liked.
I don't like French people either. I've never met a French person that wasn't kind of a little bit of a cunt. I agree with that 100%. Agreed. I've yet to meet a cool, down-to-earth French person.
An opportunity or a fear, you know. If you're afraid of heights, ask her out. Hey, heights.
Hey, heights.
What you doing tonight? You know, like whatever she is, man, ask her out. And man, I just, if I could go back to that moment and just not be afraid, just
what's the context of this?
Just recognize that look, whatever could be out there, I could have it.
Ooh. Okay, I don't understand it, but I don't hate it. But Why is he trending right now? Did something happen? Okay, maybe he's just trending for fun.
Guys, like, do you like sometimes what I miss like old school black guys? Like now it seems like a lot of the black guys are like a little softer, like a little bit. Like I saw a black guy with glasses the other day. Like you'll see.
There's nothing wrong with that's so disrespectful, sir.
Man.
There's nothing wrong with the glass.
Do you?
He's so funny. This is great. This makes me want to like be more honest on stage and just generally.
People know this, but they had this dude at the Best Buy, this boy named Ben, and I think he might have been a man. You don't know. You know, you guys are kind of hide and go seek when it comes to what age you are. But I was so hungry I hadn't eaten in 5 days, and I thought I could eat this man.
Yeah.
And he was Vietnamese. And I knew right then.
The way you say that, though, Vietnamese is real crazy.
Like, what do you mean, Vietnamese?
Vietnamese. I mean, the way you say it.
Right. Dude, no, I say the Viets, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll fucking gum down a Viet in a heartbeat, man. You know what I'm saying? Because Vietnamese people, to me, very much a delicacy.
That's funny. That reminds me when Layla Hart talks about like that she could eat a dog. He's funny. He's just naturally so hilarious. Don't sleep on Theo Vaughn. Okay, fine. One more.
It's just a gay moose. So
that is just a little apartment for your head, really.
Look, a reindeer is just a gay moose. So say it's not.
And a bridge is just a road that's fucking brave as fuck.
The bees are Satan's little German shepherds. Spring is when winter kind of gets lazy.
What? Stupid, but it's funny. Okay. Klaus Schwab is trending. When is he not trending? Are we sick of Klaus Schwab's shit yet? I am. God, I'm really hungry. I don't know how much longer I can keep doing this intermittent fasting thing. It's like not even 1 o'clock yet. Maybe I'll go another hour. Yep. Okay, guys. Yeah. Let me know who you want me to interview. I'm going to do a lot of booking this week. I'm going to get real busy real soon. You'll see. Going to work on getting more gigs. It's going to be fantastic. I'm going to go to the gym later. I'm going to get back. I'm not going to become one of these fat married chicks. Okay. That's my worst fear. Okay. I'll go to the gym at 4:30. Done. Ooh, you know what I had before the show yesterday? I went into this just random deli and they just had like chicken sitting in water, like juice. And I was like, that looks really good. It was just chopped up like chicken floating in juice water. And I was like, I'm going to get that with some like boiled flavorless vegetables on the side. But the chicken was so good. I was so hungry. It didn't even matter. It was so good. Oh, what's up, Carmen? Carmen's in the chat. Count Dinkula. Oh, I love Roseanne. Yeah, maybe I should get Roseanne. Yeah, why not? Why not shoot for the moon? Oh, I forgot to talk about the Cougar. Here we go. Yes. Here we go. Let's talk about the Cougars. 73-year-old grandmother who joined a Cougar dating app because she was bored reveals why she finds dating younger men so much more fulfilling and why it's not about sex. She moved from California to Jersey. Who's moving? Okay. I was going to say. I thought it was the other way around. She moved from California to Jersey 5 years ago. She joined Cougar Life because she was interested. I wonder how old you have to be a cougar. She dated men in their 30s and 40s because they were open-minded. Wow. Kelly hadn't been in a long-term relationship for 5 years when she decided to take the leap into becoming a cougar. The bored mother and grandmother, now 73, has just made the move from California to Jersey and was watching a documentary about an 80-something wealthy woman from New York who was dating younger men. What documentary is this? I would love to see it. If this older woman, even if she's dangling, just carrots in front of these guys, she's at least getting some attention. Kelly, who did not want to share her full name for privacy reasons, recalled to dailymail.com. And I thought, well, if she could date younger men, so could I. Wow. What is there? Is this supposed to be a before and after photo? After jumping on Google, Kelly, who had been married once before and had been in a relationship for 16 years following that, came across Cougar Life, which aims to match up cougar signals and singles and hot young men about 5 years ago. She set up a profile and forgot about it for a couple days. I went back on the site and there were a lot of clicks or, hits on my profile. I opened it up. I was trying to see who's getting in touch with me and I was kind of overwhelmed because of the amount. Kelly said she got more than 20 men expressing their interest in her on the first day, adding that it did make her, adding it did, and it didn't feel good. It was like, oh, they all pick up cute or whatever. But then it's like, oh my God, I am exposing myself to a bunch of maniacs. What? Come on. This woman doesn't know what the fuck she's doing. And online dating is that way. It's kind of a double-edged sword because you really don't know until you pursue it a little further and possibly meet in a public place. Kelly explained that why would you sign up for it if you weren't into the idea? Kelly explained that she enjoyed being with younger men because she is a very independent woman. Oh, I see. Like you want to be in charge, Kelly. You want to be able to tell the man what to do. You don't like to compromise. That's why you like a younger man. I see. I've been on my own for a long time and self-supporting, and I kind of have it that if you're not paying my bills, don't tell me what to do type of mentality. All right. All right. She don't need no man. She's a modern woman. She's a modern 70-something-year-old woman. And a lot of older men that I had relationships with or had tried to, they have this macho male attitude of when you're growing up in the 60s or 70s. There's a whole different cultural standard that they had. I grew up in that. So she's a boomer. She's a classic boomer. She was probably a first wave feminist, and now she's 73. And let's be honest, like men her age can get younger women, so she might as well just go for the guys that like want the fetish of an older woman. I kept running into these types of men that in one way they're protective, but in another they're overbearing. Yeah, and they want to be catered to and want to have a mommy, and it was the old school that I don't like. So my attraction to younger men was that they were open-minded. They didn't grow up because a lot of them haven't grown up, period. This culture where the guy goes to work and the woman has dinner ready on the table when he comes home. They didn't grow up like that. They have a more of an equality mentality. All right. It's almost like now, because she's never learned to cook. She's like, I don't want to cook for anybody. They want to be the wife. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like the tables have turned. She found younger men physically attractive. Their energy levels are higher, of course. They don't expect you to cook and clean and do all the basic standard female tasks that used to be the expectation of older men. I think some older men are catching on, but not fast enough. Despite being skeptical about online relationships at first, Kelly has been able to form long-lasting connections with the men she meets. All right. One of the guys was from Canada. I don't know if that's really saying much. They've never met because he's in Vancouver and I'm in New Jersey. Yeah, it seems like he's not interested if he's never met you. We're friends and confidants. We have bared our souls to each other. Yeah, it sounds like you have a pen pal. Okay. Kelly, who used to like to date. Oh, hello, puppies. They used to date. She usually likes to date men in their 30s and 40s, added that she's also had a couple of local connections. A lot of these connections start out to be physical, but as you get into it deeper, they become a friend. Probably because they're like, you're old and gross. Neither one of us is going to look into. It sounds like she just wants companionship, and she's too set in her ways to, at this point, compromise for somebody, which is like most old people. Interesting. Oh, this is her? This is her right here? I thought this was a dude. Oh, he's feeding her. Just like they will have to eventually do in hospice. So she dyed her hair platinum blonde, and she thinks it's a real eye catcher for men. Oh, they like the blonde hair. Okay. Wow. Okay. I have accidentally turned it gray, and it actually looks pretty, but it wasn't me. I'm not. Okay. Yeah, it sounds like she just wants companionship. And that it's not necessarily the case for me for other women. For me, it's just, you're not doing me a favor, dude. I want more than just sex. I want to have fun, even if it's watching a football game. I feel like she really just wants companionship, but she doesn't want to change for anybody. Wow. Okay. You do you, girl. I guess if you have enough money to do whatever you want, this is the future of feminists today. It's going to be a lot of 70-year-old women being like, I don't want to cook for a man. I mean, I don't know how to cook, but I want to be able to. I'm not against the idea. I just don't. But I could. I could cook. Okay. One more. Let's read about another lighthearted dating article. Love the Daily Mail. Have you been the victim of romantic negging? Dating coach breaks down toxic tactic used by partners to secretly manipulate you and destroy your self-worth. Whoa. Negging is like backhanded compliments. A dating coach has broken down the manipulative tactic used by toxic partners, revealing how they will offer up backhanded compliments that who's doing this to their partner? They might seem sweet at first, but they are really a means of breaking your spirit and your confidence. Sabrina Zohar, 33, frequently shares advice with those seeking love and those already coupled up to her over 422,000 TikTok followers. Most recently, the California-based love specialist detailed a common relationship trick known as negging, which is used when someone wants to emotionally manipulate you. Why would you do this to somebody? Sabrina revealed that negging in relationships can often be disguised as constructive criticism and makes you question your self-worth.
What is negging in dating? Negging is a type of emotional manipulation. When somebody gives backhanded compliments and comments and insults the other person and tries to disguise them as constructive criticism. What it does is it makes somebody feel vulnerable and question themselves. People that neg usually have really low self-esteem. They feel like they need to put somebody else down so that other person is constantly trying to seek their approval, and that makes them have some self-worth.
Gross.
Some examples include, wow, I'm surprised you're as funny as my ex.
That's horrible.
You're a lot smarter than I thought you would be. Your best friend is in great shape. You should take some advice from her.
Oh my
You're
God.
so pretty when you have makeup on. If you are ever involved with somebody who's doing this, it's time for you to run as fast as fucking possible. Nothing you do is going to change them. It's only going to add fuel to the fire.
I like her. She's pretty. Okay. Oh, I hate the tattoos though. These like, to me, these tattoos are very non-committal. They look like doodles. Like, either do it, either have a look, or like, I don't know. Fill them in. Do something. Don't love them. Okay. The negging, they do this so that that makes you feel vulnerable, and then you'll question yourself. Yeah, I am. When I was in a toxic relationship, like, I don't know if he negged me per se, just got me to a place where my self-esteem was very low. People that neg usually have low self-esteem themselves. Okay. Run as fast as possible. Hopefully you guys are not dating or with anybody who's doing that to you. It's better to just keep it real. Be honest. Be your honest, vulnerable self. Yeah, Melanie Mac's tattoos are way cooler. I agree. I should interview my internet service provider. That's funny. Oh, God. Oh, my gosh. Okay, guys. I just get some coffee. Thank you for watching Mayor in the Morning. We will be back tomorrow with more Mayor in the Morning. Maybe I'll be a hero and start it at 10 a.m. instead of 11. I was late today. I'll do it Wednesday. I'll do it Thursday. I'll do it Friday. I'm going to crush it this week. Love you all. See you back here at 9 for Mary Morgan. And then tomorrow, Wednesday, 8 o'clock, Owen Benjamin. It's going to be fun. All right. Love you all. Bye.